I know it because it happened to me. When I was in the primary school, I started since 1948. I've been in school. I didn't get to, they said, you'll be in class 1, go to class 2. When I finished class 1, they put me in class 1A. I think I started 47. And that time your hands have to reach your ear like this. Then they eventually pushed me to class 2. And my father will beat me at home just to study. The teacher will beat me at school to study. But it wasn't, I was wondering why all this trouble? Why are they tormenting me like this, harassing my life? They put me in class 2, 1949. That time, they have not allowed me to go to standard 1, but just to be doing preliminary for primary. So eventually they put me in class 2. Then again, when the others went on, I went to class 2B. And then I got to standard 1. Then standard 2. And even when we were taking, because those days we had to take exam in standard 2 to go to standard 3 in another village. But even near the exam like this, what was I doing? I was playing and sleeping because we went in another place to go and have that examination. And eventually, when we took the exam, I think 52, I said, will I pass? Because, I wasn't very sure. And I remember what they asked those days, 1952. They put child, singular. Then they put plural here and put dash. They want you to put children. And I've been wondering what are we to put here? Is it child or child? No, I wouldn't know. Eventually, they said, okay, go to standard 3. Standard 4. The teacher was so furious with me. And he saw me playing somewhere and laughing. He called me and said, why are you laughing? Of all people. You don't know arithmetic, you don't know. English, you don't know. Geography, you don't know. Civics, you don't. Nothing that you know. And you have time to laugh in your life. And he abused me and said dirty things, more dirty things. I still remember what I don't want to tell you. Eventually, I got to 5. That time, 35, they said now, standard 5, they call them primary 6 now, and they pushed us out of school. They pushed us out. I didn't have secondary school to go. How could I have secondary school to go? I was lazy beyond description. To read was trouble. I knew how to play. How to read, I didn't know. Then eventually, they sent me to modern school. And all they did in the modern school, the only thing that interested me was the use of watercolor. Just painting. The arithmetic, the English, all the other things. I said, why are they troubling us with all these things? But the watercolor and everything, I like that one. Eventually, my father said, my firstborn in a modern school, you should go to secondary school. Pulled me out of that place again, and then put me in another place. Studying for secondary school. I studied and studied and studied. At that time now, I went to a particular school that was just starting. Well, to get to King's College, in fact, I didn't even take the form. I knew that you'll be wasting the money for the form. And to go to any of these other groups, but the one that just started the previous year, where they want students, where that school is not popular, it's not known very much. But now, if you take exam there, when the other good people, when they choose this, and then you will find a place in this new school. So I got to that new school eventually. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Just nothing. They were just pushing me on. In a new school, they want to bring in new students and push you forward. It's not government school. But they were all the time writing in the report. If this boy will read, maybe he can do well. Let him work harder. All those comments depicting laziness. I won't write my notes. All that time when they're teaching them biology or something, I'll be looking for a word. So when we come out, I will play with some of those words, just play with my friends. But to write notes, I'll sit at the back of the class where the teacher will not say I'm not writing notes. I didn't understand life or education or anything. I mean, people were going to school, I was going to school.